RWAs are the fastest growing asset class on the blockchain. As of November of 2024, it surpassed the evaluation of DeFi, and we're expecting to see trillions of dollars move onto the blockchain with the adoption of the technology. Now, what specifically is an RWA? An RWA is essentially just a real world asset that's been put onto the blockchain. Now, there's many chains that are experimenting the process of linking assets to tokens, but for a brief overview, the main understanding is that it is a real world asset that can be bought and sold through the representation of a token on chain. Now, one of the biggest players in the asset space, Blackrock, has already started looking into how to integrate RWAs. Now, big institutions are always going to come to the party a little bit after there's already some activity, right? And so we're already seeing BlackRock is adding Bitcoin to the portfolio. The ETF was a huge news story that definitely helped to boost confidence going into the bull run with crypto, with Bitcoin. But we're now seeing them start to implement blockchain technology to tokenize the assets that are under their portfolio. To my knowledge, they've already uploaded $500 million onto tokens. Yes, $500 million by BlackRock in assets has already been tokenized. And that number, by their prediction, is expected to exceed $2 trillion by 2030. This is quite literally a $1 trillion wealth transfer, because I've already mentioned baby boomers are retiring. They need to sell their businesses, and they own 40% of the 30 million small to medium-sized businesses in the United States. That's 12 million businesses. That is over $2 trillion in assets. As far as actually that should be more, because the 30 million businesses makes up about $10 trillion from my understanding. So, 40% of that's $4 trillion worth of assets that are owned by people who are over the age of 60. Huge wealth transfer. Then on top of that, you have the real estate market. The commercial space is going through a pretty heavy correction right now. And so there's a lot of opportunity to be able to buy real estate, commercial real estate at a discount. This is another $1 trillion wealth transfer. And what we're seeing now with RWAs is essentially this is allowing people, everyday people like us to be able to come together, pool money, go out, buy one of these assets. And now it's tokenized on chain. You don't need the custodians to be able to overwatch bookkeeping, money management. All this stuff can be automated on chain and allow, just everyday people to invest in their local communities, as well as, very large assets that are normally only available to people with quite a lot of money. So this is exciting. So as far as BlackRock goes, their fund, which is, their intro into RWAs, is called BUIDL, BUIDL. And as you guys can see, they've classified it as a digital liquidity fund. Essentially what I was talking about as far as liquidity goes, assets that are held on chain means that you can liquefy your position relatively easily. Think about it. You own $1 billion building. So for you to sell that $1 billion building, you're not going to do it in a single day of making the decision. You're going to have to list it. You're going to have to find a buyer, which there's not many people with $1 billion. But imagine if that $1 billion building was split up into 1,000 tokens, each one representing $1 million. Now your buyer pool drastically opens if you want to sell off positions, tokens individually. On top of that, with the blockchain space, again, all of the data keeping that has to deal with title, has to do with deeds, all of that can be automated on chain to make the process that much faster and that much more efficient. And so that's why BlackRock is leveraging the Ethereum network, similar to what we're doing, to let people be able to essentially invest in different assets on chain through the use of tokens. Now, another huge proponent in the world of RWAs is Sergey Nazarov, and he is one of the founders of Chainlink. Chainlink is a massive protocol, which is essentially working to become like the Internet of contracts. The same way that we all use one World Wide Web to be able to go on different websites, interact with different things online. He's essentially looking to do that within the blockchain space, just given there's so many different chains. The idea is linking the chains, hence the name. And so he's talked extensively this year about the shift to RWAs, and he has called it himself as it being the greatest value adder to the blockchain space. All these people talking about meme coins, I promise you, in 10, 20, 30 years, and 5 years, they probably won't even exist. But RWAs, real world assets, this is the technology that is here to last and here to stay. So this is why we're, having this be our focus as far as what we're building going into this bull run. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. And like I said, he's one of the most credible people to hear talk about this. If there's anything that you're looking into that people are already skeptical, you have to research the top of the game, the people who are leading the pack, the people who are running the show. And Sergey has not only his own history and background to back what he's saying, but he's got the trust and authority that comes with having millions of dollars put behind your company, your platform, from investors who are smart and who are only looking for people who are trustworthy. So he's a great resource for those who are looking to get some more information on RWAs. But this is a trend that I promise you, if you look into how to add value into this space, you will make a lot of money. You need to start though. The thing is when everybody is already aware of a trend, that's when it becomes flooded. And now you're competing with everybody from Joe Schmo to all the people who took advantage very early on. Right now, the narrative is very quiet. There's only people who are in the space talking about RWAs. But this is the space that if you want to do extremely well this bull cycle, you need to take account of. So hopefully with this video, you have a better understanding of RWAs and the role that they are going to play in the 2024-2025 bull cycle. So if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.